So this is the original Game Boy, the grey one. Obviously it's got no back cover, but I did pay about 27 quid for this. Didn't come with the games, one of my friend's games. So this console does turn on, as you'll see. Put a game in it. You see it does turn on, does read games, but there is no sound. So that's not because the volume's down, the volume is fully up, but no sound whatsoever. So what we're going to do with today's video is install this Backlight mod. So what I'm going to do is take it apart, get to the screen board, and then start installing that mod. So we've got the 6 screws out now. So straight away upon opening this, you can see this is completely detached from the speaker, so that will be why there's no sound, most likely. So hopefully if we just replace this speaker as well, we'll then have full sound and a backlight on this Game Boy. So we're going to get to taking this board completely apart from the backboard, because currently won't need to do anything on the backboard at first, but we will be doing the byvert chip, so that will go onto this board. So now this is the front board, so it has, I believe, 10 screws. I'm going to remove those now. They should all be Phillips. Not putting this on a soft surface or anything, because I'm actually going to replace the screen with this as well, just because it's quite scratched up and old. It's just a plastic screen, but I'm just going to replace it. So first off, just get this out. Might be a little bit stuck in there, but this one, oh, the last screw, did not notice that. So just lift this up, that's our screen out. So gonna first replace this, then we will actually I'm going to remove this, we'll install that at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna get underneath here, so that will just be a case of removing these 2 screws, slightly pry up this, it should just peel back. So we'll be cleaning both the front and back case as well. So this is a little fiddly. So now if you use something like this, should be able to just pry that up a little bit. Might hear it unstick a little bit, but what we'll need to do, yeah, don't put it too far, just because the screen sort of ribbons here are quite delicate, but we need to remove this rear sort of panel, what's the word, like mirrored, we'll need to remove this like mirrored film. So what I'm going to do is get an X-Acto knife, very American, just get like a blade, and just, or craft knife, and then just get underneath there and sort of pull this up so that we can get it out. Right, so try not to push it too far. We basically need to get this silver film up. So this is a lot fiddlier than I thought. I managed to pull this off, but left half the film on there, so still working on it. Having to scrape it back sort of bit by bit, it feels like. So yeah, I will come back once I've managed to get it all off. So it turns out I was reading this all wrong. I've actually got to remove this polarizing film as well, so this should make this a lot easier. I just removed this silver one, well, attempted to. So this is the first time I've done this, so just giving it a go. So yeah, I'm going to now pull this fully off, and then that should be all done. So now we've got the film off, so now I'm going to just give this a bit of a clean, then we will get this installed, get the polarizing film in, you can use this resistor to connect up, but I'll show all that in a minute, and then we'll replace the speaker and we should all be good to go. Let's get this sliding in here. So what I need to check is where this mod's going to come through there. So I'm going to cut a bit of that sort of casing away, just so that these don't sit up on there. So I'll just try and mark that with a pen or something. Cool. And then I'm going to cut that away. So now I'm going to remove this again. Use some side cutters. And I'll just try and remove parts of this that I need to remove. So now that bit's out, put that screen in there. So that should sit a lot more flush. Just check. Yeah, that seems a lot more flush, so that should be fine. So now we will get this polarizing screen. So we've got to make sure of the correct orientation, so I'm going to bring back the rear, reconnect this. The screen up again. So you want to put this between the backlight and that, so you want it to be when it's dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solder these on before I put in that. So I'm just going to put some flux on these. And then come in with, well, I'll tell you what, I'll need some solder. So we'll actually need to solder this resistor on, so just going to do that to this red positive cable. There. Should now be able to easily connect these two. Just put a tiny bit more solder on there. So that's soldered together nicely. So now we'll just trim off the excess. That off. And that will go to the positive terminal of this capacitor here, so that will be the one there. So again, I'm going to try and get this. Yeah, that's on nicely. So then remove that excess as well. Now we're just going to do this black cable, which is the negative wire, and all done. So we're just going to hide them and tuck them away to get them out of the way, and we'll be all good to go. Right, so I'm going to remove this speaker, which is the damaged one, and as you can see, it's completely busted because the whole thing's falling apart. So we're going to put a brand new one in here. So should have the little tooth, which it does not, but that's okay. So I'm going to reuse the wires from the front plate. So we're going to use this to do the wires. So SP1 will be the bottom connection, SP2 will be the top connection. So I'm just going to snip those close to the connection because there's no point in unsoldering them till I. So we just put some flux on there, and we should just be able to easily remove these. That's that undone. So then it would just be a simple case of resoldering these ones on. There we go, that should work absolutely fine now. Right, so what we're going to now need to do is to install the byvert chip. So that's this chip here, and these two connections here will line up with the 6th and 7th pins on there from the right hand side. So a way to figure out what those were, we just need to trim these little connections down as best as possible. Okay, just so we should then be able to connect this on, or not connect it on, but position it so that you'll be able to see the connections, the 3 connections necessary underneath. So you can see that in that position, you can see this connection, this connection, this connection, this connection, and then that should line up with the 6th and 7th, which should be here. So if we count that over, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see it is those two. Okay, so you can check that to there and that to there, just another guide. Now, just going to flux these up, and we're going to lift those 2 pins. So, to do that, just going to loosen them up. It might be a little bit difficult to get underneath. Just going to try it. Swap the hands. Okay, getting that up slightly. So yeah, let that solder just dry out. Obviously you want it to be in the right place. Okay, so they're now up. we'll just pry them a little bit higher. They will have to be up high enough to make sure that they can fit the byvert chip underneath. So just going to resolder all the others, make sure they're nice and solidly on. Just check them. Perfect. So you should then just be able to slip that underneath. And like I said, if you line these up with these contacts or these pins underneath, then should all be good to go. So just make sure that's in a really good position. Yeah, like that. So now we're just going to set up the ground, so that will be from that post to that one. Now put this all together. This has all been cleaned up. I'm going to replace this screen here, so just do that now. Alright, so I've got the new one here, so we're just going to slide that into place. Make sure that's on. Make sure that's on nicely. It is. That should sit down nicely. It's still got a screen protector on it, so I'm just going to leave that on for now. So you can see that's all now done. So going to now the mod is complete, so we've turned it on. You can see it's all coming on the screen nicely. Got a Japanese version of Super Mario 2, which I'm actually going to be going through in the next video. So I'll actually be going through this game and 5 others that I got from eBay for a total of £8.50, which are all broken, and I'll be fixing them on my next video. So if you can join me there, I'll be much appreciated, and hope to see you there. So I just wanted to compare the two screens. So these are both copies. This is the Japanese version, but this is both copies of Super Mario Land. So I thought we just compare them so you can see the difference of the screens. So can barely see the one on the right. And so that's the backlight, obviously, and that's the non-backlight. So side by side. I can hold them both. That's the difference of them both. I think that's quite impressive how good that one looks. So it's definitely something I'll probably do to any DMG I get hold of in the future. But just a little extra.